Well, welcome everybody to PWF is War, which is tonight. We'll be doing Smackdown with you, thoughts and rumours. So make sure you're here and watch us right now, because you don't want to be anywhere else. This is the show, Saturday show. Watch PWF is War. But first off, you want to give us, follow us on Twitter, PWF is War for us there. Like us on Facebook at Warcast Wrestling Fallout, and make sure you click that subscribe button as well. And spread the word. Tell wrestling fans to check us out and friends. So yeah. First off, we want to see my team, my PWF's team. You got me, of course. You got Adam, the host. Billy Gunn. He's here. What's going on, Billy?
Not much. Famous people,
Famous people.
Yeah.
Who is it? The YWC?
Yep. All day, every day.
It's nice. And you have your plug-in as well. You wanna follow you at?
Wrestling World News plays me on Facebook and Twitter at Triple860. So follow me on Twitter. I'm one follower away from 300.
Yeah, you better follow all the famous that will come on.
From out of nowhere!
Zinger! He's dead. And he starts doing that taunt. Yeah. I'm an ass man. But yeah.
Oh my god!
That ass has got a family to feed!
My god, that was a sniper.
My god!
Yeah. But next off of course we've got C Double Chris. He's
there
here.
You go.
He's back.
Yes. Happy to be back. Old C Double's in the house. Appreciate PWF letting open wrestling talk coming into the house with y'all. So I can't wait to do the SmackDown review with you guys. Quick plugs. Follow me on Twitter at WrestleTalk 2_, and at C Georgia Rican. That is not racist. That's what I am. I'm born and raised in Georgia, and I'm a Puerto Rican. Get over it. If you don't like it, go kick rocks. But and definitely check us out, guys. We're YouTube channel C Double Chris Champion. It's great to be here, guys. And Adam, thanks for inviting me all in here.
So it's cool, man. So you're anytime welcome. You know that. So yeah, it's good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fine. And you got, of course, we got Paul Arabian Wolf. He's here. Say something stupid, Paul, though. I want something stupid. I want it now. Give it now. Come on.
I have nothing to say. Long day at work. Smackdown is due tonight. I got to deal with all you guys, so I'm just hoping I make it.
Yeah, it's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this. Bullet Club, big.
Yeah. Better follow the Bullet Club. Or, he's going to kick your ass. But yeah.
Bang bang!
You just shooting people, see?
Just Alright, let's start. Come on. Let's get the show on the road, man.
I think our show has a flat tire tonight. We're not going anywhere.
No, we're stuck in that comedian mode. But yeah. It's a circus tonight. Don't have to buy any tickets, but anyway, let's start with SmackDown review, of course. Let's start off with John Cena. Yes, yep. He had his promo. He said some few jokes about the Wyatt family, and he said that was it Bray Wyatt's words are empty, and he accepted the last man standing match, and just kind of joked here and there, and nothing. He was alright. He was alright promo. Nothing spectacular. He's corny jokes, but
what did he say to him? He's got no pearls in his pants.
He's got the no pearls.
Oh God, Cena.
He's
Hey, at least he's not a lemon.
yeah.
He's a Kiwi.
Yeah.
Where's your kiwis on that one?
Oh boy.
Or he's got nuts. Was it that he had those nuts? Yeah, doesn't have them anymore. But
well, it could be bad. He could be Batista with the Just for Man product.
Even Cena wouldn't stoop to that level.
No, thank God.
Batista's Batista.
Ooh,
So, yeah, so you wanna... So we go with Billy first, you know, your thoughts on the opener from John Cena coming
I
out.
don't know, Cena's just being corny like he always is. Talk about nuts or whatever. Talking about Bray Wyatt has no nuts, alright. Whatever. It's alright. Very much accepted a challenge for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to be that.
He gave a shout out to Daniel Bryan for recovery.
Yeah, I hope he does recover. Yeah, he had his surgery. It was successful, I think it was, which was Thursday. So hopefully he has a speedy recovery and come back soon. We all miss you. Daniel Bryan fans, does. We all miss you. But yeah, let's move on to Chris. He's a Cena fan.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. C double Chris Champion or Chris Cena in this category. But yes, you know, look, I don't have a problem with Cena's promo. It's you know, typical. You know, one guy gives you a challenge, the other guy accepts it and goes, you know, I came to fight. Well, of course you did. You're a wrestler. I mean, what you gonna say one day? He's gonna come up out there and say, I'm here to dance. I mean, no, he, you know, go wrestle. So I just found it funny though. But yeah, definitely you know, get well soon, Daniel Bryan. You know, it's a promo. You know, Cena does his bit. Bray Wyatt does his bit. I mean, to me, it's just classic, you know, psychology 101. You know, Cena's trying to, you know, just say he wants to fight and he wants to fight Bray, but he's giving him a choice. Thought that was pretty cool how he did it. And, you know, Bray, you know, plays it real close to the cup. I like that. And he's still fucking with Cena's mind, so it's quite good there. So, sorry if I'm not supposed to say that. My bad.
Well, it's not a PG show, so.
Oh, okay.
No,
You know,
so
gotta make sure now, you know. Yeah,
even I
don't
say
need to
it's
have a
true,
rant.
you know, so.
We will not talk about the Divas, because then you'll really hear a lot of cussing.
Exactly, which is later on we'll talk about, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we go with Paul now next. Go on, Paul. Yeah,
Obviously, as you guys said, you know, Cena opened the show. That's definitely a boost for SmackDown ratings overall, not just the first hour in general. I'm sure a lot more people tuned in to see SmackDown that normally don't, because Cena being on the show, especially opening it. You know, he tried to humor the crowd, going into the beginning of the show. He's humoring the crowd and, you know, taking shots at Bray Wyatt here and there, talking about the concept of the last man standing match and what it takes for a guy to compete in it. You know, he pointed out JBL and said we had one hell of a match, and JBL nodded. That was a brutal fucking match. Cena was pouring blood when he was walking backstage, but you know, then what happens? Bray Wyatt pops up on the Titantron. What do you know? Crushes Cena's promo with his oppressive boot, steps on it, squishes it, and kicks it out the door. You know, the guy's phenomenal on the mic. You know, I'm really excited to see they're going with a last man standing concept for this match. You know, and I still don't think this is going to be the end of the feud. I still believe it's going to continue after Payback, but I think there's going to be some ideal thing. Something ideal is going to happen at Payback where it might shift momentum, maybe more towards Bray, maybe more towards Cena. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, yeah, I like the opening to the show. Good build up going on to Payback in June 1st.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this last man standing match could be, you know, a brutal match. I know he won't be blood in it, but it's going to be interesting to watch. Probably be better than the steel cage match. Looking forward to it.
I think they should allow blood, a little bit
Should
of blood.
be, but
Yeah, I think this one you should. This style of a match, I mean, and not only that, I think it would, on this one, I actually say it would enhance the match, the matchup, and the rivalry. You know,
yeah.
Because we all heard Bray Wyatt say he's taking it to the next level, so you've got your actions, you know.
He knows his weakness or something now. So that's what Bray Wyatt said to Cena, so he knows what to do to beat him again. So we'll see. I mean, it wasn't. Some say it was going to be an I Quit match, but it wasn't because we know.
But yeah, but Cena would never quit.
That's what I mean. I mean, it would be Cena, obviously, who would win that match. You see.
And for Bray to say I quit would demoralize his character with the fans.
He would lose so much prestige.
Not as much maybe with us, but to the casual fan, he would lose a lot of credibility.
pretty much.
I think I was gonna say with a last man standing match, Bray could lose it. Either guy could lose it, and it wouldn't be as fatal to what their gimmick is. I quit is more of a send off, more of a this is a finish to a feud.
Yeah, it's
and
straightforward.
I definitely like how the last man standing can be. So
Maybe they
Yeah.
should end it with an I Quit match.
it's possible.
Good.
I mean, but it just depends on what are you going to have next for Bray, though. And I say that in all due respect. I mean, I'm not trying to
Yeah.
say he needs to get buried or anything. Because here's the thing: now you're in a feud with John Cena. And that's a legit question that needs to be asked.
Yeah, that is a really
Title
good
picture.
question.
I mean, maybe going main event. perhaps.
We're all so indulged in this feud, no one thought about what's going to happen to him coming out of it.
Yeah.
That used to be interesting.
Sorry for busting the bubble there.
No, it's actually, it makes you wonder because, who knows what they're going to do with him.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
I mean,
that's why it's a long feud. That's why I've seen Bray Wyatt probably will go into the SummerSlam maybe.
Yeah.
It might even go, maybe it'll go all the way up to, like, Hell in a Cell.
It's a long run.
as
of
long
right
as
now,
they keep it fresh,
Yeah.
Not blind.
as long as you're keeping it fresh, we shouldn't have a problem with it. As long as they're coming up with different ways of entangling the feud, and not only that, we're going to be introducing another team that's involved in it now.
The Usos. I
Yeah.
really hope they keep the
Yeah,
Usos
involved.
away from it and try to just focus on Bray and Cena and not involve the rest of the Wyatt family in the Usos. I
But they
really
have-
don't. I think that's going to tarnish it, in my opinion.
Could do, but I think why they're interfering is because they're going to have a match with Bray, with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan for the titles. There's been rumours about that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's why they interfered. Cena feuds.
It might be hard to pay, like I said.
That's what I thought. That's why this happened. That's why they interfered. Yeah, pretty much.
Bray's the kind of guy, he doesn't want the title, he just wants to take out Cena. That's
He's
his
a
Yeah,
monster,
exactly.
man. That's pretty much. Yeah, let's move on now.
Alright.
Let's move on, yeah. To our first match of the night, it was the Usos, which we just said about them, and against Cody Rhodes and Goldust. This match, it was a long match, pretty long match. It had better matches, but it was a fine match. In the end, you had the disaster. Was it a super kick from Jimmy to Cody Rhodes, and then the splash?
fraud splash at that.
It was actually because he did this. That's what I thought. It was actually a frog splash, which is very different, But RVD does the best one.
Yeah, Usos are a little stiff.
It wasn't the best, but I think they should stick with the splash, not the frog splash. But,
I just thought he
Maybe it was
did
a one
it
time.
well.
but,
Just he didn't when the landing, he didn't sell the landing.
nah.
Yeah, but he did a different version of Frog Splash. But
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it kind of was.
must be like that Chavo sort of version.
Sort of. But yeah, it was a long match. But yeah, the Uso was obviously going to win this. Now Cody's pretty much angry after the match. Looked like he's going to flip. So it looks like he's gone back to being pissed off. And I mean, they're not going to last long. As you see, Goldust and Cody Rhodes, they're going to feud. It's obvious.
Of course they are.
It could be a payback because there's nothing else they're doing. So.
Yeah, what do you think of
Pretty
feedback
much.
on nothing? Like, really? They haven't had one match yet.
No. Yeah, so let's start off with you, Billy. You want to have your say?
Yeah, I like the match. I enjoyed it. A lot of action and a lot of spots. I can see Cody Rhodes and Goldust possibly have a match at Money in the Bank, possibly. They're not in the ladder match.
Yeah. I like to see. I would like.
Yeah. Overall, I like the match.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I liked the match. I thought it was decent. It was fun to watch. A long match, surprisingly, but they gave them time, so that was really good. And as you said, I like to see. Hopefully, maybe Cody will be in the Money in the Bank, even winning it. I think he deserves it. I think he should be going to the main event. He has the
But
ability.
he's getting screwed by his own brother.
Yeah, well, he got screwed last year with Damien Sandow, not again. But yeah, but let's move on to now C double, Chris. So yeah.
You know, this match is real. You know, the match itself was not a bad match when you got a couple of segments involved, good high spots, good tag team action. My only issue is that one is a little too late for me with the Rose and with Cody and Goldust. But the thing is, I don't think it's ready for payback wise because of the fact that there's other matches you could do. I would love to, if they were gonna do something, maybe win the match against the Usos, and then you're in a tag team title picture. You don't win. Cody goes ballistic and takes out Goldust. I can see that, but this losing streak or whatever it was, it's just getting a little, not too much, but just getting aggravating now. And I feel for it, but it's almost like this should have happened for WrestleMania. The only thing that could save it is that you better do something big with Cody. That's really the way I see it. I mean, if he's going to be going and through this, and you're breaking them up, and because they weren't a bad tag team,
No.
but
they
definitely need to figure that.
Yeah, I was saying they were tag team champions. They were a good tag team.
And Cody's multi-tag team champion, so I mean, he's definitely the tag team wrestler, but I believe there's so much more with him though that can be there.
Well, I think he should be a main eventer. That's just my opinion. I think he has that, but will they give him that push? We have to see. But yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, maybe Goldust versus Cody Rhodes. That's payback probably is a bit too early. Maybe SummerSlam would be better because that's a big pay-per-view. So maybe have some steel cage match or something. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, let's move on to, of course, now Paul. Yeah, I'm happy you say now after we talked a lot.
All four of them are great athletes in their own right. Even Goldust's age, for his age, his in-ring ability is still solid. Both of them are both well-rounded tag teams. They both have good chemistry in the ring. They work well with each other. They had some nice spots last night. Good speed in the match. They kept a good pace. Just like I said, first thing that pops into mind is athleticism when it comes to those guys. One thing I am on the other side of the fence about is C Double said he wanted to see it at WrestleMania. In particular, personally, in my opinion, I honestly am happy they waited. I think now they'll get more recognition and a bigger chunk of the spotlight. I think they're going to get now. Around WrestleMania, I think they would have been overshadowed by the main card and Daniel Bryan and The Shield and all the other propaganda that was filling into WrestleMania weekend and the show itself. So I am honestly happy they waited for this so they get their own spotlight. I don't see it at Payback. There's no way. Maybe they'll split the night after Payback. I don't know. Who knows how they're going to build this? I don't know why, but they're making it a long-term build. So when it happens, I don't know. We might not even see this till something like SummerSlam. I think that's what they're going to go with. But yeah, they did follow up with the angle with Cody getting mad and walking away from Goldust. And overall, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but they have Cody Rhodes. He was angry in a few matches, and then they kind of stopped winning again. I think Goldust had won some matches, and Cody won one match. Looked like they were fine. Then they'd gone back to being Cody's gone back to being.
Because one thing I noticed is they were both showing heel tactics in that match. It just wasn't Cody or it just wasn't Goldust. They were both acting like heels in that match.
They were desperate for win. But yeah.
The way they were tagging, the aggressiveness, just all different little things.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. It's fine. Go on.
I was just gonna say it's just Paul saying that CM also said that last night also in the match. He realized that it wasn't just Cody doing heel tactics. Goldust was too. So my thing is this: if you're gonna do maybe both of them go heel, that would be better. I could see that because that would, give them a little edge. They would want to, they're taking people out and want to, go for the belts and, basically, making a name for themselves and doing it by their rules.
It makes sense because
yeah.
the tag division isn't too stocked right now.
But you're losing a lot of tag teams, so I would like to see them as a tag, stay as a tag team. If you've got nothing else for Cody, Rose, and Goldust, you know, after the feud, it would not. No point.
I think them breaking up will be instantaneous around the same time the Ascension are called up. I think they're going to get deployed with Cody and Goldust, and I think the Ascension are going to get called up and take their place once they split and go into singles feud.
Yeah. They're the only NXT tag team right now, so yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. So with or without them, they're not missing anything.
We'll see what happens with Ascension after they.
I mean, how are they going to lose the titles anyway? I mean, just an abandoned team.
Yeah, who's the team that's going to take them out? I mean, I don't
really
vacate
it? Probably
vacate them, and they're going to have a tournament. But who are you going to have a tournament with?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. It's like, I know they just debuted one tag team, and then you get another, but it's like, you know, there's... I don't know.
It's hard. They're building tag teams for NXT.
They need to do it. They need to, you know.
Hey,
they built didn't they have a team that just debuted to like France or something?
Luchadors with fucking Ricardo Rodriguez and Kelly.
That's like from France. What about France?
Oh yeah, Mexican, yes. Samoza is the soul.
Yeah, that's Mexican, not France.
Yeah, he's Mexican, and obviously Ricardo Rodriguez is El Loco. Yeah. They just started as a tag team. I don't know. We'll see. Well, to be honest, maybe they would win it. There's no other tag team.
I don't know. Anything can happen.
That tag team is just a filler, so the Ascension has someone to face.
Yeah. Because they just beat jobbers, really.
Yeah, I don't know. See if they actually give them a challenge.
You see. Yeah, let's now move on to the second match. Was it El Torito versus Heath Slater? Whoopie-doo, yay!
Oh,
comedy match, really. If you're into that.
5
Maybe you fans are. I mean, this was a show stealer, no doubt.
Versus
Favorite match of the night.
Are they repackaging? Huh?
Yeah, El Torito won the match, beats Heath Slater, which I thought that was going to happen. Paul Heath Slater, rest in peace. Yeah.
You know it's a bad thing when the fans already have a feeling that the midget's going to beat the normal-sized guy.
I know he's going to do it. I don't know why I knew he was going to do it. I just thought, yeah. This is like when Chavo Guerrero was against Hornswoggle, like it's kind of the same scenario.
He sold for hell for Hornswoggle. Like, he was selling great for him. That was awesome.
He beat him for yeah.
Even Punk sold for El Torito, though. Remember Punk sold for El Torito in the Rumble?
I knew yeah.
I was surprised to see that.
I was quite surprised he'd done that to Punk, but yeah.
He respects him. He is a good wrestler. Just appreciate it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, he can wrestle. I mean, obviously in Mexico he wrestled, you know, the midget division, you know. But I just still think, you know, Heath Slater losing like that, was it moonsault, back moonsault? I mean, for the win.
BS, the bull salt.
The bull salt. That's what they call it.
God.
Really, that's what they call it. The bull
That's
salt?
what JBL called it. The BS, the bull salt.
That's JBL. He just calls it.
Instead of bullshit, it's bull salt.
Yeah, you might as well call it bullshit. Yeah, but hey.
I must say I would have respected it more if he would have called it that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, he had the Hornswoggle interfere. He didn't do it. He just.
Hornswoggle ran into him.
Yeah, his head to his nuts, and then he just throws him out outside the ring.
What can you really say about a segment like that? I wouldn't even call it a squash match.
I don't know if it was a match or it's just a comedy match to me. But yeah,
this match makes me seem like the match between Chavo and Hornswoggle.
It reminds me of that rivalry, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, any thoughts? Really, you want to say, or not really?
Any thoughts?
Any thoughts? Yeah. Or before I move on, because I want to move on. You know?
I don't even want to.
I want to stab my eye with the fork by Abdul the Butcher.
That's gonna be nice.
That match deserved a fork being stabbed through your eye on that one.
Yeah. What about you, Paul? Any sports?
Hand me the fork.
Yeah. I better just give you. I can give you like a fake one.
No, give me a real one.
I don't have one with me, but
I'm not gonna lie. I did like the bull salt, the springboard moonsault at the end. That was pretty cool.
yeah, but
Other than that, I could care less about it. But
they need to end it. They need to move on. It's getting boring.
everyone needs their TV time.
Even L3 too.
They're not just sitting
Feel
back
the
and getting
ball.
paid. They're gonna utilize talent.
I mean, you know, for kids, I get it. It's not like it's terrible. It's just, man, just so much you're watching, and you just go, really? This is where you're gonna go with this?
I'm sure as a kid I would have
don't-
Where I look at it.
You know, hey,
I would have loved that.
I heard Heath Slayer's bigger.
they should put it in main event or superstars. I don't mind.
That he lost
Just
it,
not SmackDown.
He's just gonna hate himself.
So that's why they air things like that on SmackDown. So when they go back to the show Superstars, they have build up, and the fans of SmackDown follow them back to that show. It's all to network the shows together,
Yeah.
raise the fan base overall.
I mean,
Well, that's why they took the main event off TV for the network to get fans to watch it.
Yeah, the Ion deal ended.
yeah.
Yeah, and they weren't getting shit reviews on there either.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that spot with was it Heath Slayer with the what did he have? Like the red.
Oh, yeah, the fucking what do you call them again?
I can't remember.
I can't remember what they're called.
I don't know what they are either.
Sorry.
Oh, the Dodo. You know,
yeah.
the cape. Yeah, they're
He-
capes, they're robes, I
Capes.
guess.
Yeah, capes. No, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to, like I said, I just want to stab my eye with a fork on that. Every time, I mean, I get it,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny, haha, but it's just, sometimes, you know, too much is too much.
Not for me. I didn't watch it. Yeah, just saw the end bit. That was it. But yeah. Let's move on. No, don't want to talk too much about it. Well, it gets worse. The third match of the night was the Divas match, and Natalia versus Nikki Bella. You know, told Divas we had the special referee, no other than Eva Maria. I mean, this match was going to be the best match, obviously. I mean, the best Divas match. We had obviously the best referee of all time, Eva Maria, and. She didn't disappoint. She was, you know, she called the positions, the spots correct.
Oh,
she was a really good referee. I mean, she did. The counting was brilliant. I mean, come on,
Dude,
she was.
everyone
she-
back away, because the lightning is going to strike.
I mean, she should be full-time referee to replace Mike Leona. I
Shouldn't
mean,
have botched me.
You know, one thing that I have noticed, I feel like I've been like kind of ignorant about is, yeah, she is terrible. Wow. But WWE is still putting her out on the show when they know she doesn't have anywhere near the training that she needs to go out there and perform. And even though she's lackluster and not delivering, they're still putting her out there. So, you know, I'm kind of gonna lay off her on that. You know, that's WWE's doing.
yeah, but she maybe should say to them, you know, maybe I want to train. You know,
How long has she been training now? Not even maybe almost a year now.
really, I don't think she's ever trained. Did she perform so much? I mean, JoJo's training. To be fair to her.
They don't even have this girl training. They're just sending her out. They just sent her out on the road after she was signed with her first month or two. It's like, well, you know, that's not her fault now. That really is WWE's fault. It's she's not trained properly, and they're putting her out there.
Yeah, pretty much. It is their fault as well, and not just Eva Marie's fault as well. But,
I put it 80% WWE's fault.
Yeah, but she's But even a referee, even she can't even do a referee's job. That says it all, really. I mean, how talented she is.
She called Jinder Mahal Ginger, so maybe if she was talking about
Botchamania. She should be in Botchamania, like a video of even really Botchamanias.
I was watching a Botchamania video last night, and she was in one of them actually. So it's kind of ironic you say that.
Wow, psychic, I guess. But yeah, I mean, either was it Natalia won? Oh, no, Nikki Bella won. Oh no, oops. I mean,
One of
Nikki
those
Bella, of
chicks
course. I don't care who won. You know, I didn't pay attention. I don't know how she was. It roll up she won or something?
There's a victory roll.
Apparently it's an awkward roll-up. Yeah, it was an awkward one because she didn't even know if she's supposed to count. Was I supposed to count? No.
There was numerous times in the match when both shoulders were down, both opponents' shoulders were down, and one or the others were down, and she wasn't counting or she was hesitating at least 4 seconds before the count.
And did you see when she went for the submission? She was talking to Natalia.
I know, and you know when they was fighting with their hair, pulling their hair and stuff. She wasn't really pushing them aside. She was like,
why are you asking Natalia if she wants to tap fight? Why would you ask if fucking?
You know what I thought was really funny that sold it was the icing on the cake for me was when I can't remember who was on top. It was either Nikki or Natalia. I don't remember which one was on top, but they were brawling in the middle of the ring, just hitting each other with punches, right? In the middle of the ring, and she's counting 1, 2, like she's giving a 5-count break, like they're near the ropes or something.
oh yeah. I just thought it was horrible. Like I said, I think it was the worst Diva match of the year. I'm just gonna call it.
It
has to be.
Matches.
Of the year, I don't know. Yeah.
So far, I think it is. Yeah.
Up there.
Unless when Eva Marie steps in the ring and has a match.
No more matches.
Probably, yeah.
She's done. Cut her off.
I think they should never. I think she should retire as a referee.
Stick her back in NXT.
Well, she never was in NXT. She needs a trainer because she's just embarrassing herself, really. Maybe she's in the wrong job. Maybe she should be a model.
Ray, she's the one that trained Divas, so.
Yeah, and that's how it is. But any last thoughts before I move on?
There's just a lot of animosity right now with Natalia, so I'm wondering if they're going to turn her heel.
There's been like some hints because she's been upset. Because Eva Marie just pushed her aside. She was like more of a heel. And Nikki, it's like Nikki and Eva was more of a heel.
They're going to make up and like, I'm sorry.
In Total Divas right now, Eva Marie's turning more of like into like a face, and Summer Rae's like the full-on heel. Like nobody likes her in Total Divas.
Because
I don't know.
She fucked with Fandango and then she said, this doesn't seem right.
Well, she's...
And Fandango's like, oh, word, it's like that kick rock bitch.
Fandango was like, nah, I'm not digging.
And he's not like his character in wrestling. He's actually a really cool dude. Like he's a down there dude.
Yeah, she tried to fuck with Daniel Bryan Johnson, you know.
It didn't even make sense to me because, like, they were talking, they were hanging out, and like, of course you could tell they were gonna eventually hook up, but like, she literally like jumped on him. It was like a fucking fly on horse. She jumped on him, and then he goes, "Oh, this doesn't feel right." Tell me that's not for publicity.
Dude, they had a couple of drinks. She just jumped on him, put her tongue
Maybe
down.
she just felt, you know.
And she goes, "Yeah, it don't feel good.
I want to do it."
I'm sorry.
She's a drama queen. She's a drama queen. She's the Kim Kardashian of Total Divas, in my opinion.
And they goes like, it's okay, it's okay.
I think that's enough Total Divas talk for one show, for God's sake.
That is enough Total Divas talk for a year.
I believe we just caught up on every season, every episode.
I don't need to watch, you know. I've got these guys to tell me.
I'm ready to flush down the toilet. Take it to a nosedive there. That match was horrible. All I have to say is, Natalia, stop it. Just get Beth Phoenix out. I don't care what you got to do. Get some real chicks out there and beat the crap out of these chicks. I am tired of the Total Diva division. It's just stupid. You know, the Total Diva is part of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Paige, yeah. However you decide to do it, just please, because it's getting so bad. It's like horrible. I mean,
it's just gone soft to me. I see it's just Nikki and the Natalia match was too soft to me.
It just didn't feel right. It just felt like it was just a lot of. It just wasn't going well. The match just didn't flow at all. And, you know, I blame the Bellas. And then you have Ava Marie, who's not
helping things.
Yeah, she's not adding anything to it. And you're right, Paul. That's also on WWE. They got to figure something out with this chick. They need to either let her go, something, because it's just not working.
It's not. No.
Next match.
Yeah, let's move on because I'm getting really tired of it. Talking about it. Total Divas, I'm getting to.
And if you want to get drunk, watch Total Divas.
If you're
That's
high,
usually what I do.
drunk, you got Paul and Billy, you can tell me about Total Divas.
Bad show.
That's
Don't
right.
like that much. Jeez.
Yeah.
Stone Cold watches Total Divas, so.
I watch it
Billy Gunn
because
does.
John Cena is pretty funny.
John Cena's a tool, but that's
No, he's a robot. He's a robot. Who cares about the robots?
he's a tool.
Yeah, he is. But it's
No.
You don't see that much. You want to just punch him in the face, and kill him. Like,
Okay. Alright, can I move on now?
Billy
yeah,
making the
yes, sir. Yes.
yes, please.
Yeah. On to the next.
No more robots. Yes. Okay. We got Dolph Ziggler. We had the fourth match just now. We had Dolph Ziggler against Batista. You know. Yeah, it was it was okay match. I mean, they faced each other before. Yeah, it was alright. Nothing special. And then you had the blatant low blow, Batista. You know, when he was in turnbuckle, and he just was like, okay. So I guess Dolph's not gonna win this match. That's gay. But that was it. He just starts attacking him after the match. There's the Batista bomb. Pretty much after Dolph Ziggler talked about him, he was the weakest link of Evolution, which he was right. I think Batista is the weak link because since he's come back, he's been nothing but dreadful, shadow of himself. Nothing. He ain't the animal anymore. He's past it. He's dead wood to me. But yeah, it was. So pretty much it was nothing special. Yeah. So let's go on with Billy first. Your thoughts?
I don't know, it's alright match. Yeah, Batista took the heel way out with a low blow, and then started tagging later after the match.
Pretty much.
Batista just being a little bitch.
I mean, he's just it was a heel attack to desperation. He knew Dolph was gonna.
Yeah, no, I just don't care for Batista. I think he's tough.
I heard that before. Booker T beat his ass before. But it would have been nice Dolph Ziggler won. You know, that's a hearsay. It wasn't going to. So we move on to C double. You know.
I guess my view on this match was we had Peroxide versus Just for Men, and when you put that combination inside of a ring, you best believe you're gonna have a fight. Just for Men was pissed. He was angry because Peroxide looked so much better than his Just for Men. So he takes him out. Poor guy about broke his back. But what can I say about Batista? First of all, we had Mr. Skin. He is becoming the electrical strip of plugging stuff. First, he plugged the Divas pants for skinny jeans and belly button tattoos. Then he plugs Febreze as he's smelling the ring. Does I Am the Rock parody, Filipino Pitbull outfit, and then now we got Just for Men. Pick something and stick with it, man.
Guy's a walking billboard, huh?
He is, man. He really is. I mean, dude, we're watching the pay-per-view. WrestleMania just happened about a month ago, and Batista shows up. In WrestleMania, he was salt and pepper. Now, heck, that was the week before the pay-per-view. Then at Extreme Rules, block. It's almost like. It's almost like he just took his head and said, "Hey, Randy, watch this." And Randy was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, but it was too dark. The beer was never that dark.
Exactly. That was to me, it's just funny. This is just. The match was the match. Dolph won. I'm happy for that. But yeah, Batista, I'm gonna plug just about everything and anything. You know what? Next Billy Mays is Batista.
Billy Mays here
for another fantastic product.
Man. They made fun of that in South Park.
They should plug it on the WWE Network. Have it Batista's own show every time. The Batista show.
This is the Batista. I'm gonna show you how to dress like me. Oh God, deal with it. That'll be his show. The name of the show will be called Deal With It.
Can buy at www.shop.com his leather jeans. But But let's go with Paul now. You know, have your say now, Paul.
There's not much really to go into detail with. Ziggler's been taking shots at Batista. It's not the first time. I don't know if it's going to be the last time either. This is the second time I believe they had a match together in singles competition.
Yeah.
You know, the blatant low blow by Batista while Ziggler was ramming in the head in the corner. You know, Batista hits a Batista bomb, gets the finish, gets the win, leaves the ring, ends up turning back around, throws him out. Batista bombs him back first onto the barrier, which I honestly thought was pretty badass. That's probably the highlight of the show for me, in my opinion. But, you know, I don't know. I said it last night. I don't know how many people have seen it in the group, in the PWF War group.
Yes.
But something fishy is going on with Dolph Ziggler and Batista, and there's just a weird feeling that I have that Ziggler might be the chosen one to join Evolution.
That would be a swerve. I don't think a lot of people would see coming.
Because Adam knows I call some random fucking swerves out of nowhere.
Like something like he gets pinned at the pay-per-view, right?
I don't know, but he should be.
Raw, Triple H says you're out of Evolution.
Well, Paul does get some, you know, he does get some predictions.
And then Triple H you're replaced by this man.
Hold on, Billy. Adam's trying to make me look good.
Or not anymore. It's too late. Too late now.
Too late.
Hold on. I'm about to make Paul look a little good on this one too.
Hey.
But you know, that actually doesn't sound too far-fetched if Batista is going to be doing travel plans to promote the movie.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you're going to have to eventually figure something out. Either Shield takes Batista out, or Triple H does something with Batista. So it's not that far-fetched.
I mean, he's leaving anyway. I mean, I have to pay back.
Yeah.
He's going to that movie. I can't remember what it's called. Don't know.
Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's it. But someone has to replace him. There's rumors, you know, who's going to be Sheamus.
What?
I wouldn't watch Sheamus.
Idea.
Sheamus doesn't need to be in the group, so I would go with Dolph Ziggler. I mean, it'd be a big swerve. But even Damon Sandow, I think that would be pretty. Would help his career back in track.
Ziggler's just the kind
I
of
would
guy.
say Drew McIntyre as well. I know that's a funny thing to say, but
Ziggler fits it perfect for me. You know, he's the future. He has the look. He has the charisma. He has every element that makes up Evolution, and I think he would be an amazing fit. And you know, imagine this. Imagine there's an all-out brawl going on at Payback. You know, say Shield is getting the best of Evolution or whatever's happening, vice versa, and Dolph Ziggler's music hits. The crowd's gonna pop like fucking crazy. And when he turns heel, he's gonna get the shit booed out of him. He's gonna get so much heat, and it's gonna catapult him into another realm as far as a main eventer goes, as far as a wrestler goes, as far as his career goes. It's really gonna launch him if he goes into Evolution. Whether fans like it or not, he's gonna be coming up in the ranks. And there's gonna be a lot of dissension backstage. But hell, this guy deserves it. He's been waiting a long time for a push like this. So, by God, I hope I'm right. I hope he is the guy.
I'll hope. I mean, definitely, I would like to see that happen. That would be a big swerve, you know. Him turning heel like that, you know, he'll help his career. I think, you know.
He's a good heel too.
He was a good heel. You know, he could be in the title picture again. You know, go for the WWE title. Perfect. He could be just like when Randy Orton was, you know, that position. But yeah, that'd be pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, him or Sandow. I think Sandow's going in his own group. I don't know.
I still think there's a little bit more validity if you put Miz, Ziggler together with Sandow, and even, you know, if you want to throw Ryder in there, you could. But a bunch of guys had been messed over. Is the way you need to go with it. Yeah. I mean, as long as Ryder wants to get away from the bunny outfit.
I wonder who is under that bunny outfit.
It's got to be him.
Is it Norman Smiley? Norman Smiley, I think.
Oh, Norman Smiley.
He's a trainer at the Performance Center too. He was a good manager back in the day.
He does train. I
remember his feud with the Grand Wizard back in the fucking late '80s. Man, I was like, why is this even happening right now? Like, this doesn't even make sense to me. You guys can go back and watch it. I'll send you guys a link. It's like.
Yeah, I need to see that shit. I didn't see.
It's so bad that it's actually good. You guys, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll see.
Just like when he was WCW Hardcore Champion.
Oh, when he was hardcore champion, that was the greatest moment of that.
Everybody.
Oh my God, he was so freaking hilarious. They would beat the holy hell of that man, and he still wins.
Yeah, somehow he still.
That smile though.
I just never could understand. Just like what?
But yeah, let's move on anyway. Let's carry on. Don't want to distract us. Let's go to, was it the 5th match? We had Sheamus against Tyson. No, I mean, it wasn't really. What can I say about this? I mean, was it really a match?
Match is over.
I mean, I didn't even. It was that quick. I was like that. Okay, what just happened? I mean, he was like cut like a little segment, and then he stops, and then the bros kick 1, 2, 3. Is like just like that? It just squashes them. That was just terrible. It's just awful. I mean, it would have been much better. I mean, that was kind of a burial, even in my opinion. I mean, it's been a few months now. He's been losing. I didn't care less about him.
I called it. What's gonna happen when they split? It's gonna go downhill for both of them, and it did. We haven't even seen Mr. No Days Off in a while now.
Yeah, he's injured. He's injured.
Oh, is he injured? I was wondering where he was. I didn't know.
Exactly. He's out for like 6 months or something.
I mean, because he was gonna be billed in a big time rivalry against what's called Rusev, but that fell through.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're gonna split a tag team and you've got nothing for him, you're gonna give him a little heel push, and he just loses after that match after match. I thought maybe after WrestleMania he was gonna get that.
Even though he ate that bro kick from Sheamus and got completely crushed in a matter of seconds, that time he did have on the microphone, even though it was brief, is actually a lot more important than most people would think. What did he do with that 30, 40 seconds he had on the microphone? He praised Sheamus. He called him a tough guy. He said he's a tough guy, but this is my rip. What are you doing, dude? You're not going to win anyone over saying that stuff.
He says everybody.
You got to go balls to the walls, and you got to gut that guy, verbally gut him on the microphone, verbally butcher him on that microphone. And then when he do turn around and hit that bro kick, it's going to be that much better for the face in the victory. But no, he went on to praise him and all sort of things like, that's not how this business works. You're not going to get anywhere in this business by being the nice guy.
He's kissing his ass. I mean, basically, why he says, "Oh, everybody in the back is tough, not just you. The divas are also tough." I was like, what does that have to do with it?
WWE? It's like, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? That was your time to go out there and say your thing, and you didn't deliver. So.
Yeah,
it's his own fault.
It is his own fault, but I mean, as well, he shouldn't have been squashed like that. A few minutes.
Maybe they should have. If he weren't a heel, you could have did Titus Rusev, but unfortunately, they're both heels. I thought that would have been a better program than he did with Truth and Xavier. But.
Yeah, well, look at Xavier and R-Truth. I'd have to explain what's happening with them, and now Big E's obviously feuding with Rusev. So
he's a star.
We know he's going to go. We're just going to go win that feud. But yep. Nothing else to say about that match, really.
Squash.
I mean, the match was itself. It is what it is. You can't really say much to it. But I like what you were saying, Paul. I mean, the promo was interesting, to say the least. It's almost like at times you feel like they're grasping at straws. And Titus, when they broke up the primetime players, this is why I say when you break up so many tag teams, you better have a good plan.
That's
and if you don't, it's just going to be, they're going to be wandering around the locker rooms, and then you're going to hear people go, "You guys need to come back together," and it's just stupid.
It is. I mean, they might as well stay as a tag team and go for the tag team titles, even win it. But no, they have to break off the tag team. And it was like the crime. It's like, what was it called? Crime time. Exactly the same. With Shad, in the end he got released. Still, pretty much. That's. Let's carry on. Let's move on to. Was it 6 match? even this match wasn't that great either. We had Santino Marella against Damian Sandow. Yeah, it's like exciting match. It's going to steal the show. Oh, God. And again, unfortunately, Mr. Sandow loses stupidly because of a flipping cobra. The crappiest finisher move in WWE history. Oh, God. What can I say about this? Just keep Santino off my TV. I mean, I just thought I felt sorry for Sandow. My guy keep losing. He's so talented and he's getting buried, man. To, like this level, for what? I don't know why. I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. I mean, obviously he's a heel, but I mean backstage, I don't know. Must be he's done something. I don't know what's happened to him. I mean, he would be a perfect guy for Evolution, but he wouldn't. Well, I think he would. I think he would, wear those suits. Yeah. Be pretty damn good. Yeah. But yeah, it was nothing really in a match. I mean, you want to go with first with Billy. You have anything to say about it?
Why WWE? Why? Why must you bury Sandow? Why? I need answers. That's it.
Yeah, I mean he's really good on the mic.
Answers. I have answers.
Please tell me.
The curse of Hugh Jackman. The curse of Hugh Jackman. That motherfucker. Look.
Costume,
yeah, exactly. The costume. I mean, when you go out and you are the magnetism and it fails that epically, please God stop it. It to me, Sandow. He has been very engaging lately, but yeah, he's jobbing to the stars, and it's becoming worse by the day. And it's like I really would love for them to kind of just not repackage him, because that's never. I hate when people go, just repackage him. What are you going to repackage him with? I mean,
he doesn't need to be.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be repackaged. His gimmick was over.
He was getting heat. He was getting a lot of heat with that gimmick, but then they just made him look like an idiot. Yeah, that's what happens. Lost the threat.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments was when he was with Cody, and they were doing that, that rivalry where he throws the Money in the Break in the water. I mean, I loved it. I loved back and forth.
Was great.
And yeah,
that match was classic.
That really was briefcase. Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, the chocolate bar case. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And you knew he was going to be shit on after that. That should have given us the warning.
But of course, after when he won the Money in the Bank, it just went all wrong for him. He kept losing matches. I know every time someone wins the Money in the Bank, they have to lose matches. Apparently, they should not win their matches, and then until they win the money.
Also win the belt too. So.
Yeah, but only I think Edge. I think he was the only guy who didn't really lose any much matches when he was the Money in the Bank winner. But apparently, it's a new thing because Dolph Ziggler was like that. He lost. When he won the Money in the Bank, he lost matches, and I don't know that until you win the belt, you can, you have to lose matches. It's just their thing. But Sandow didn't win obviously he didn't win the title. He lost. And since then, he hasn't. I mean, a great match with Cena, to be honest. I think he had two good matches with Cena actually. So
yeah,
I don't really understand why. I mean, I still don't understand why he's getting buried. I still need answers. I don't know. I still need answers from WWE. Vince McMahon needs to tell me why. Damn it. But I was going to say Paul next, but Paul isn't. Mr. Arabian Wolf, fortunately, he had some problems, technical difficulties, and he's not here anymore. I don't know what happened.
Oh.
He hasn't come back.
Come back, Paul! We won't talk about the Divas anymore. I was going to mention Adam Rose, but you didn't have to leave like that, man.
I was going to talk about Prince Dever as well, but that's another day. And I was going to give him the spotlight. I was going to praise him. What a wonderful guy he is. And never mind. Oh, just too late.
Be careful, Paul's going to come from behind with the ball bat. Don't you talk about his Chris Devin.
Then I take all that back. I take all that.
Hey, that's like talking about Mr. T's mama. You just don't do that.
I ain't got no problem about his mama. No, everybody loves his mama. Everybody. It's all about the mama, you know. Your birthday, it's about your mama. It's not about you. So. But yeah, we can move on here. Maybe you'll come back and we'll talk about. We can go back to him after. So let's move on anyway to the 7th match, which was R-Truth against Cesaro. Pretty much squash match. It wasn't. They versed each other before. It wasn't. It wasn't classic. You thought maybe it would be Rusev again. Maybe we'll have a match. Maybe we'll have a match against R-Truth. I thought Lana's gonna come out. I thought Lana, yay! I'm gonna see some sexy legs. My girl, the Queen of Wrestling was gonna come out, but no, she didn't. End up being Paul Heyman coming out, saying the same old thing. Usually, Brock Lesnar conquered the streak.
He did?
Yeah.
Holy crap! I did not know this.
He didn't know. He didn't know.
Damn you people! Why are you hiding these facts from me?
Oh man, I'm sorry to spoil the party. Sorry, man.
Oh well, life goes on.
You can always watch it on the WWE Network again.
Yes, and I keep getting the the alternative ending of the WWE Network with the streak.
You can see the F5 3 times.
Wow! You even give me. I thought the black guy was stunned that Brock lost so quickly, but oh well.
No, that was the finish. Yeah, that was the finish. Sorry, sorry, I spoiled it again.
Oh, damn it!
Okay, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the F5.
You got a bunch of people watching us going, did that really happen? Did they have an alternate ending? How did WWE do that?
No,
we want to see that.
Now the Undertaker somehow kicked out, and he's still, he's 22 nowadays. I'm just falling here.
And EY has neck surgery scheduled for next Thursday. He's gonna get some off time too.
Yeah, but let's carry on with what we're saying about Cesaro. Let's move on for Brock Lesnar. Yeah. But Cesaro and R-Truth, Cesaro won with a lot of the uppercuts. With the neutralizer for the win, pretty sure. Nothing spectacular, That's it, really. It was okay. So, go with Billy, you want to have your say about short match?
What match was it?
What match was it?
Yeah. Say something stupid, Billy.
The squash match? I have really nothing to say. Just squash them.
I mean, it would have been better if you was in the match, wouldn't it?
Giving Cesaro a push, so what else is there to say?
Yeah, pretty much. Cesaro in the winning streak, and R-Truth just doing what R-Truth does, job out. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much. What about you, Chris? CW?
I like Cesaro. I like the gear, the King of Swing bit that they're promoting. Kind of reminds me of old school King of the Ring. I hope they kind of bring that back eventually. But Cesaro, I enjoy his matches. When I saw R-Truth, I said the same thing. I was going, dang it, man, Rusev again? I mean, I'm happy because I was ready to hashtag Lana, hashtag anal, hashtag Lana, reverse mirror images. I mean, ready to go cheer on Putin because, Lana's good about plugging him too. But I was sad. It was Paul Heyman. But I like Cesaro. He's a powerhouse personified. I like the neutralizer. I'm at the, it's like I like watching these guys go. I wanted to see RVD come in there to kind of, mess with Cesaro. But we'll probably see more of that later on. But that would be just something that I would like to see. Just kind of get, some more work for Cesaro because I think he's really worth it.
Yeah. Especially coming out from that big win at WrestleMania then.
Yeah, and then also Extreme Rules where he beat RVD and Jack Swagger, so.
Yeah, I would like to see, carry on the rivalry with RVD. Have some history with Paul Heyman, of course, with RVD. So have another match. They can have a classic match. Indeed. So yeah, we go with now. Paul's back. Welcome back.
Sorry, guys.
How was the trip with the Wyatt family? Was it good?
It was good, man. We saw there's a lot of scenic spots. We hit the woods up, a lot of like story time, bonfires, marshmallows. I thought it was an overall great experience. But jumping back into reality.
Did you see Mike Knox and the crew?
Yeah. We don't venture onto that side of the woods. Even the Wyatt family knows better than that. We don't cross paths with freak shows.
The
Wyatts do not do business with freak shows. I'm just putting that out there.
But I'm glad to hear
bringing it back into reality for a second. Like Billy said, you really can't go into details when it comes to matches like this. All it really is, it's a squash match. It's giving more credibility to Antonio Cesaro, giving credibility to Paul Heyman and the duo together as a partnership. What else is there really to say to that? You can't really go into detail about it.
It's a short match.
It's a part of the show, so of course we have to mention it. But overall, it's just to give Cesaro some credibility, some Heyman some credibility.
Yeah, just
nothing wrong with that.
Winner, no? You also didn't say about Sandow and Santino's match because you cut off as well. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Sandow versus Santino. I don't honestly even remember what happened.
Well, it was Santino won. It was so quick. Santino won with the cobra. That's pretty much it.
I didn't remember.
I didn't even watch it myself. Yeah. So.
Jeez, Sandow is not looking good right now, but he's going strong. He's not letting anything demoralize him as a talent. He knows he still has a job, and he knows he still has a chance to recoup and get back on his feet. And like me and C Devil mentioned numerous times, they try to break you, and if you don't break, then you're golden in their eyes. And I think Dolph Ziggler's finally starting to get off the ground, and I see him going somewhere in the next month or so. So Sandow has a long road traveled ahead of him before he gets out of the dirt and he gets his name back up there again. So we're going to see a lot of this, unfortunately, for the next 6 to 8 months.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
No, come on, man.
Ziggler did it for over a year or so, and Ziggler's far more talented than Sandow. In my opinion, Ziggler's far more talented than Sandow.
But Sandow's still talented. I think he's pretty talented.
He is.
He might not steal the show like Dolph Ziggler, but he's still...
If they're going to do it to Ziggler, they're going to do it to Sandow. They're going to do it to Punk, they're going to do it to Ziggler. They do it to everybody almost.
But they did it for so long to Sandow.
Sandow just started. He just started getting.
Yeah.
3 months ago. 3 months ago. Ziggler did it for
longer than that.
It's been like 3 months since he cashed in. 4?
What, Sandow?
3 or 4 months since he cashed in. Has it been that long?
No, longer. It was longer than that. It was like a year, close to a year ago now.
No way. It's been a year since he cashed in on Cena.
No, because in July he won the Money in the Bank. Then had the feud with Cody.
Maybe it might have been actually. No, it might have been.
Because
October maybe.
Sometime in October, like.
So it's been like 6, 7 months.
Yeah, October.
Something
about
something like that. I said something like that.
Because that's when Cena had the match with Del Rio.
Yeah, he beat Del Rio. He beat Del Rio for the title, then it'd be after.
Ziggler's been doing it for over a year now, and he's still in the ending phase of it. But Ziggler goes and throws his mouth out there. I don't think Sandow's that verbal with his position in the company.
Well, Sandow doesn't say anything bad in the backstage. I haven't heard any reports on it.
I'm not the kind of guy that would go bad mouthing the company, but if you give me a microphone, I'm going to tear you apart.
Bad man Arabian Wolf or something.
No, you got to play politics. If you're that badass that's going to go out there and run your mouth backstage and talk shit and create drama, best of luck in your future endeavors. It's eventually going to happen. It's a given, and you're asking for it. But if they give you that chance and you sit there and you take it like a man and you keep working harder and harder and they finally give you that time, that spotlight to go out there and steal the show, have a good match, or get on the microphone, you best believe you better steal that moment because that could be your only moment.
Exactly.
This business is all about luck. I'm going to tell you that right now.
And also and mainly just getting what you want. It's like if you're tired of always being the second rank or not getting that push you want, you got to kick that door in eventually. You can't just, expect it to be handed to you. So these guys get a shot. They got to take full advantage of it. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, WWE is testing them anyway. To put them at the bottom, they was at the top a bit. Then they want to see how they are on the bottom and see how they react. They were like, oh, do you want to quit and moan, or do you want to show that what you can do? Can you still show? Can you get some heat from the crowd or some cheers?
None of these guys were handed the prize ball. They had to work for it.
I think Sandow's not really bitching.
And the funny thing about it is Sandow and Cena actually had a pretty damn good match.
That's what I said to C Double.
Yeah.
I said that they had they had really two great matches. So I don't know what's wrong. What they're doing that to Sandow.
I mean, maybe we could speculate till the cows come home on what actually happened.
Yeah.
But the main thing what you got to look at is, what do you do now? Sandow, where are you at? You're going to have to get the mic. You're going to have to, this is why someone mentioned on the show how it could be a work, as in, they're just, Sandow's doing this as part of the company telling me we need you to do this. And if so, I don't have a problem with it. It's just my thinking is eventually you got to bust through that glass ceiling. And that's probably what he's going to have to do.
I agree, no doubt. But for anyone to think that was a shoot, it's completely absurd. That was a work.
No, it's not a shoot. No.
Exactly.
And was it called the Raw pre-show or whatever day? I mean, why would that be in the pre-show if it's a real shoot? It wouldn't be.
Even Punk's was a work when he came out and did his 2011 promo. Nobody knew. They told him to go out there and talk, but nobody knew he was going to go out there and shoot. Like, he really shot on them. It was a planned work that turned into a shoot.
Yeah.
I don't think they didn't think he
cut
was
his
that
mic.
hard.
Well, basically what he did was
break the fourth wall, broke kayfabe. He went all. He really turned the business upside down and dropped them on their head. And people were like, "Whoa," like.
What just happened?
We've been waiting for a guy like this forever.
Pretty much when Paul Heyman did one and a few years in the Attitude Era.
In my opinion,
Paul Heyman
is a pioneer for change in this era. I think his voice finally was heard when he left.
Yeah.
I'd like to see another one.
There's never going to be another CM Punk. You'll never find one.
I would I would actually like to see a thing done to find out the backstory of this year's WrestleMania, or the Rumble, because that's when all this thing went down with CM Punk. What was the whole mindset? Were they really checking on Daniel Bryan's health? All that stuff, because this is probably the biggest mystery out there. With CM Punk being gone, and I would hope eventually we get some answers, because right now everyone can speculate till the cows come home, and it's hard because I'm going to go here. I enjoyed watching CM Punk wrestle. I enjoyed his matches. But, after the Shield match that he had, the last really good match I enjoyed of him was against, Brock Lesnar. And he was, and it was like I'm watching, and I'm going, man, he hasn't been the same. So that's just my view on CM Punk.
Well, he came off two great feuds with The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar, and then got thrown into mid-card bullshit, mid-card calamity. But what I don't understand, that nobody really points out is, really quick, it's not much to say, but after Royal Rumble, he left, right? Okay, I understand that. But he knew Kane was going to pull him out of that match, so why would he go out there and perform still? If he was going to leave anyway because he didn't like the decision, why would he still go out there and perform?
That's
and
true.
Just not show up after that. It's not resonating with me, so it doesn't click. Honestly, I really believe, I don't know when, but I think he's coming back. There's too many holes in the story for it to seem true, to seem legit to me. It doesn't add up, is what I'm trying to say.
Not just that, Punk or WWE haven't covered this issue.
They've been quiet about it. They've been quiet about it recently.
Other reasons.
I think he's coming back soon because they've been
He's
very
collecting royalties.
Chicago makes sense.
He's collecting royalties. When Stone Cold walked out, they cut his royalties the next week. It's been over 3 months now.
Yeah.
He's still getting royalties.
But,
got-
but remember
yeah.
this, guys. Contracts are different now than they were when Stone Cold was around.
Yeah.
So a lot more technical stuff is in there.
It is,
Look,
but regardless, it's
but
still
you
a
make
breach of
good sense.
contract.
Yeah, you guys make good sense. I'm not even arguing that point. Because I'm wondering, is it, even though I say to myself, there ain't no way he's coming back. But there's a possibility. There has to be.
I think that's what they're doing. They're making people not hope for him to come back, and it's gonna pop up. People are just gonna ship themselves.
That's what I said. They're gonna build it to the point where they completely believe he's gone. He's not even a thought in the WWE universe's mindset, and boom, right when you least expect it, you hear that fucking noise.
I mean, he might come out and say what he wants to say. He might.
And I noticed the CM Punk chants are like really on.
With the way the IWC has been talking about Punk and how against him and how much they've turned on him, I wouldn't be surprised if he did return, if he returns as a heel. You people continued to pour money into this company while I was gone. You know how Punk is. He's gonna rip the fans apart.
And then he comes back,
Yeah.
and WC gets on his
Yeah.
back again.
Yeah, that's. Well, we gotta talk about that after the show, guys.
Yeah, it's better to talk
During
about
that
it,
question segment, y'all are bringing some good points, and I wanna
Yeah,
jump
it's-
all in it. But let's finish this main event, and then we can jump in
Yeah.
because you guys now got me fired up. I wanna.
Yeah, let's
Trust
carry
me, I
on
love
after
what
the
you guys
show.
are talking about.
Don't worry, C-Double. I have a bunch more points to throw out there.
Yeah.
No,
So
I want to hear them all, dude.
yeah, we should end the show with the main event. Let's talk about
Cena
it.
Yeah,
wins,
that
everyone
sucks.
hates everyone.
Back to CM Punk.
Well, there's nothing much to say about it. Cena wins,
Cena wins! Yeah! Oh, I mean, boo.
I must admit, Eric Rowan really did prove something last night. He didn't go out there and perform as like some type of amazing athlete, but he showed that he could go for a guy his size. He's not goofy and uncoordinated like the majority of people his size are. So I
he's
thought he did
improved.
okay.
He's
I thought,
improved.
yeah, he is improving. He does have the look. He definitely has the size, stature.
Yeah.
So who knows? He could be a. I don't know. I don't know if the White family will ever break up. So I can't. I'm not even gonna go into detail.
No, don't say about that. No.
We're not going.
White family for life.
I thought it was a decent match. Of course, Cena was going to go over. What was weird is I heard rumor that Luke Harper was going to be the one to face him, but of course it was wrong.
No, it's either going to be Luke Harper or Eric Rowan. It's not going to be Brad.
Exactly. I actually like that it was Eric Rowan. I mean,
Rowan.
I prefer that, yeah.
yeah.
I don't want
'cause
Luke
he
Harper
hasn't-
losing.
Well, I mean, he hasn't had that ring time like Harper's been having. So to me, it was actually more important to get him that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I thought, like you, Paul, I thought he had a really good match with Cena. Not only that, the more time he gets, the better he's gonna be. Harper's getting there, Wyatt's there. It's just you got to have that experience, and if you ain't got it, if you gotta learn in the ring. That's the only way you're gonna get better. And like I said, I was very impressed with him. Now I was not going to say, now what do you do? But not only that, the thing I thought was so impressive about this match, you introduced the Usos with them. You got the Usos in the corner of Cena.
Yeah.
They're the tag champs. They need a legit competition. The Wyatts are legit. You put those two teams against each other, that's going to be good for both guys, or all four men. And yeah, you know what? They were NXT tag champs. Why not be the world tag champs also? I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see a monster tag team. How long since we've seen one of those? So,
Yeah, I agree.
that'd be good.
It's a good way to merge both feuds and give TV time to not just Bray and Cena, but also the tag titles and the Usos and Wyatts. It's a win-win for everybody in that situation. So I definitely agree.
Definitely. But, yeah, so probably they will have a match at Payback, which should be pretty cool. Yep. So, any last thoughts before we just end the review?
Any last thoughts? I don't know. Was there any? I did get a couple questions, but for some reason,
But I'm talking about review here.
Oh no, not as far as the review goes. No.
Oh, okay.
Smackdown.
You can
tell
pop
you what.
top on it, put about 3.5 stars to.
Yeah, you want to rate
out
it? Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to rate it, of course. So we'll go
Yeah.
with Billy first.
Yeah.
Go on, Billy Gunn.
Give us 7 out of 10.
What did you say?
7 out of 5. A 7 out of 10, yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Now you see double.
You know, I'm gonna say, out of 5. We do out of 5, but if I'm gonna do out of 10, I'm gonna give it about a 7. Just because the fact that there were many spots. A lot of quick matches, but then some of the quick matches had definite moments, so I didn't have a problem with it. Another thing that I thought was really good was the whole Cena Wyatt angle, because the reason I liked that so much, not just because John Cena, but because of the Usos, and because you actually involved the two big guys too. That's something, it kind of gets swept under the rug. We say the Wyatts are very impressive after the Shield match, but then the Wyatt brothers, or Harper and Rowan, get crushed by Cena at WrestleMania. So it's like, we got to, and then, at the cage, they get their momentum back, but it's like, we got to introduce these guys as a tag team and get them to win more matches, just to be fair for them. So, yeah, a 7 out of 10, I think it's very valid. It was a decent SmackDown. I enjoyed the show. Dear God, please. I mean, I'm actually with you guys. If you put Natalya as a heel and get her with her own faction, that'd be fine. Or have her and Tamina team up together. Why not?
Yeah.
Those two could cause some damage and take out a lot of those, doormat of divas.
It's like when Beth Phoenix and Natalya was a tag team.
Oh, that was such a good one too. When Beth and her were together, the Divas of Doom was awesome. And by the way, WWE, don't let it happen again, but you best have some Lana. I need to see some Lana. That's the point of SmackDown needs to know. Lana, baby!
Okay.
You have a Lana, you have a 10-star show.
Yeah. Well, I can't disagree. We miss Lana, as Chris desperately wants to see Lana. You'll see her more. You're gonna see her more. Don't worry. She'll be on more. For me. But
I want Rusev against Sergeant Slaughter at SummerSlam, Jack.
Maybe Hacksaw.
Yeah. Oh God.
Oh. It's got to be a 5-star match. Why not? But we go with now with Paul. Yeah, you want to rate SmackDown?
The overall quality of the show on a scale of Eva Marie to Prince Devitt, I'd probably say about a 6.5, a 7 at the very most. That's probably the lowest rating I've given. That's probably that's our 4th or 5th show, maybe. There wasn't really much going on. A lot of matches were cut short. I'll say a 7. I'm just that kind of guy.
Yeah.
I like to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I'd say a 7.
Nice guy.
Solid. We're seeing a Natalya heel turn possibly in the works. We're seeing Cody and Goldust angle building up to a breakup and a possible singles feud coming. So even though as far as the quality of the show goes wasn't great, there's a lot of things in the future that they were building to that we know are going to happen. So that does make it much better. But yeah, I think a 7 is a fair grade. They didn't go out there and steal the show. It was just a regular SmackDown.
That's fair, But even though I didn't think SmackDown wasn't that good, yes, they had some, 1 or 2 spots was good, but overall I thought it was disappointed. So I want to give it a 6 because I thought it's okay. So
bad news.
I mean, to be fair, I could have gave it a 5. So
that's terrible news.
So I'm giving it a 6. So that's pretty. That's not the lowest I've been, so you have to.
I'm not surprised. That SmackDown, I'm gonna say that I'm not really surprised because that SmackDown, let's be honest, it really wasn't that great. But like I wanted to say, what was good about it was you could have had a lackluster SmackDown because if you think about it, you didn't have issues with the sports. You didn't have basketball wasn't on. You didn't have the draft.
Yeah.
A lot of people. You could get away with that on the SmackDown. But all in all, I could see why you went that route. So.
Yeah, it didn't have any great matches. It was decent.
The match I think was The Usos and
The tag match was fine.
Yeah, the tag
That's it.
match was, yeah.
that was the only good match I liked.
I mean,
Yeah.
you had, you know, after the match, you had Batista doing obviously the Batista bomb to the barricade, and
That was a sick move, yeah. That was sick.
I mean, he had some cool spots, but I'm just saying, overall, it wasn't. It was missable, you know. I wouldn't care if I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been mad if I missed it either, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty much the SmackDown review. Now you want to talk about CM Punk. You can talk about CM Punk. So go ahead. And as you was discussing in the review. So.
Where do we leave off?
Yeah, CM Punk kind of took over. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys
took
had
over the
CM
show.
Punk.
I don't even
working
think we
there.
should discuss. I don't even think we should discuss it because this show's gonna go like 6 hours long. To be completely honest.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
have to do a
I
whole
wanna add-
separate show.
yes, I do want to add something.
Don't worry, me and Paul have talked about CM Punk all night one time.
I did have some questions. Unfortunately, when I was getting the majority of them when I posted, Facebook some technical difficulties with Facebook, so I only got 2 of the questions. But,
like you was going off before, was it? You know?
But if you guys want to answer, it's from my buddy Jim.
Before that,
Huh?
I was going to say before that, I want to say something about CM Punk quite quickly. About if you've seen that picture, he's been in the gym recently. He's been
Yeah, he got
Yeah, with Luke. Yeah.
Yeah,
with
so
Sebastian, yeah.
Which is it?
The weird part about that is CM Punk stated he's not a guy that likes to work out. He likes to run, and that's it. So if he's working out, that says something too.
Yeah, he doesn't really work out, is he? But he's got a bit, but he's put on some weight. You know,
He's trying to get
he's not skinny as before.
But not fat. He put on muscle. He's solid.
Yeah,
muscle.
He got big.
he's looking fine. He doesn't look tired as he used to be. You know?
Like where he debuted in ECW, he had that more solid figure. He has that back now. He's not skinny anymore.
It's quite interesting. I just think he's going to come back soon. It's just another day. So you want to do your main questions?
Yeah, this is for all of us to answer. So it's a 2-part question from Jimmy, my buddy Jim, on Facebook. But who do you believe is the most underrated and underutilized superstar of the past and present? So 2 from the past, 1 underrated, 1 underutilized, and 1 underutilized, 1 underrated from the present. They are different. Some people would combine those terms, but they're.
I had that on the show. We had that on the show. I think we answered that a couple of episodes. I think we had something like that.
We had questions.
There was a similar question. Someone asked who is the most underrated superstar.
I think I said Regal.
Yeah, they said from president.
You want to go first, Adam? Then, since you.
Well, so 2 from the past,
2 from
and 2
the present.
present. So I will say from the past. I'll go with him, Regal. I think he's really underrated to me. I mean, he had it. He had everything in the ring. And I think he should have been champion. Again, they dropped the ball, WWE with him, because I don't know why they dropped the ball. He had like I think 2008. He won the King of the Ring. I think he was going for the title, but I don't know what happened. I think he took something, kind of ended his push, but I think he still should have been champion, and I think he's underutilized. I think he was at the time. That's one of the guys. I don't know. Second guy I would choose, I don't know. Pretty much. I'm gonna say it's between Tess and Christian. I think, Christian again. He never really. He should have got. I know he was world champion, but it wasn't really of a run as a child. He didn't last very long, and I think he should have deserved better. He had the Maya skills. He was a really good heel, but they didn't. They just, I don't know. Vince doesn't like him. I think because of his look. Apparently he's a model that Vince McMahon's looking at. He didn't like his nose or something. But he should have been champion a few times, but no. And he was really good. He's a really good wrestler, but fortunately, now he's most of the time injured. Probably his chance is gone. I don't see.
I could agree with you there.
Yeah. So I would say Christian
point.
Regal. But yeah, pretty much. I mean, I could say Test, but I think I already said Test before. But now I'll say present time. I'm gonna have to say Damien Sander. Actually, I think he is underutilized. Actually, at the moment, you know, he's getting at the moment buried pretty much. I don't know why. Still don't know why, but he's really. I mean, he can speak, as we know. He's very good on the mic. I mean, he used to get so much heat. I think when he debuted, for months, he was, you know, people were thinking this guy's a threat. This guy ain't a joke. But made great matches with Cena, as we said. But, you know, he even had a good match with Dolph Ziggler. I mean, you know, he had some good matches. Even Cody Rhodes, he had a good match at SummerSlam. He can perform. He can deliver matches. He can. His gimmick, I don't know. It's great. His gimmick's great, fine. He doesn't need repackage. I just don't know why he's not really getting pushed. I can see him as a world champion. I do see him as, but that's just my opinion. I mean, yeah, I would say Damien Sanders on you guys. My opinion. But at the moment, so my second guy I would choose. I'll say Dolph Ziggler, I think, as well. Dolph Ziggler is pretty much. I mean, he works his ass off, pretty much. Steal the show, performs great matches, great on the mic. He's a heel on the face. Better as a heel, of course. You know, he would be perfect, as we said before. Guys, he should be Evolution. I mean, he'd be a great guy to replace Batista. You know, he has that look. You know, he would really work with Evolution. But again, he's one of those guys. I don't know why they just, you know, don't, you know, push him. You know, he won the world champion, yes, but it was very short again because of his concussion. After that, he came back. They put him. He was doing nothing. He was not in the main event picture. Should be, but I don't know. Must be. What if he did say things about, you know, backstage? He likes to say things, you know, might cause a bit of trouble. Maybe that was it. I think against he said something about Randy Orton. But still, I think, you know, he doesn't. What he has on his mind, he will say it. He's not scared. You know, that's what I like about him. And pretty much, he deserves to be. Like I said, he deserves, even where Daniel Bryan is. I think why not Dolph Ziggler? He should be there as well. He should have all the crowd behind him. That's just my opinion. Pretty much, that's it, really. Sorry if I went on too long.
No. Good.
If you want to ask me, I'm gonna do that. You know, if you want my opinion, I'm gonna say it.
Yeah. Good. Pretty much.
Who's going next? You want me to go next, or?
Whatever you want to go. If you want to go Billy next.
Yeah,
I'll keep yeah, go ahead. If you guys want to go first, doesn't matter.
And then you want to come after.
Who's next? Me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go with I'm going to go with Owen Hart because I think he was better than Bret Hart. Since I thought he was a better wrestler. And the second one will have to be Umaga. I think Umaga was underutilized. He was in the first where he should have been pushed. Yeah, he has some good matches that he was in. Cena feud good.
Yeah.
And for the present, I would have to go with The Miz. I think he's underutilized. He was a good WWE champion for a little bit. He's not too bad in life. He's a good heel too. And then I have to go with Zack Ryder. Because they pushed him to the United States title and then they get buried after that. That's my choices.
Fair enough.
All right.
That's it. I guess we go with Chris. Yeah.
All right. Pretty good question. Because it made me think. So underutilized, or what was the? It was underutilized, and what's the other one?
Underrated.
Underrated and underutilized. Underutilized. It's gonna sound crazy because he's a Hall of Famer. Jake the Snake Roberts. The man was phenomenal on the mic.
Yeah.
Should have been a champion. The guy played the best mind games. When he had his run as a heel, no one was better. So that's my guy right there. That's in the past when he says, underutilized, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Never held a major title.
Yeah, never did. Him and Roddy Piper.
He didn't.
And Roddy Piper never held the WWE Championship, and that was kind of tough for me to pick between those two. But Piper had more of an impact. But Jake the Snake, I think, was one of those, had a great impact, but yet he never had that moment, and why not? He was that good. So underutilized. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but Ultimate Warrior. And here's why. He had that run, but yet when he came back, it was like, he's here. What do we do? Papa Shango. It was one of those, and then he came back again. What do we do? Goldust. It's like you had opportunities, but you kept tripping over your feet. But yeah, I think him would be underrated because think about it. There was a DVD where they had the self-destruction of the Warrior, but then you had now where people go, he wasn't that bad. Well, he wasn't that bad because if he would have had that time to learn, he would have gotten better, I believe. I think Owen Hart definitely falls in that category also, underrated because he didn't have that big of an opportunity. But the guy I'm really going to say was underrated, and it sounds crazy, Jeff Jarrett. Here's why.
I'm a huge fan of Jarrett.
Yeah, exactly. Jeff Jarrett, not the Double J gimmick we can laugh at, but when he had that WCW run was legit. Even though it was a bad company at that time, everyone was getting away with everything. He still performed good matches. He really was a solid performer in Mid-South Wrestling. Learned under his father how to be a promoter and took care of the business. And when he was in control of TNA was legit. TNA had things that you wanted to see. He had to get some credit for that. He really does. And it just pains me because, all these people are now leaving TNA because, let's be honest, they messed up and went with Hogan versus Jarrett. So now we go into underutilized and underrated. Underrated, I mean, God, you could go with a whole lot of guys there. But I like the Zack Ryder comment there. I thought, that for sure. But I kind of want to go with Miz. He's become that. Everyone just looks him as like the spokesman for this, the spokesman for that. Kofi Kingston could fall in that category. They're not using him anymore like they used to. He had some very good matches, with Wade Barrett. He had very good matches with Dolph Ziggler. Good matches, So there are a lot of guys now underutilized. A guy that basically underutilized. It's a guy that could be used a lot more in a high volume of matches. Well, I mean, that guy's got to. You know what? I'm going to put it on Kofi then, because Kofi's underutilized. Just to be the spot guy in a battle royal is not enough. You got to give this guy some feuds. Now, if anyone needs to go heel or just change up a gimmick, is Kofi Kingston, and I feel that would be a really plus for him to do that. So, but yeah, Kofi Kingston would be my vote there.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he could be. I mean, I would turn him heel. I mean, yeah.
He
could go that.
You could put now. If you wanted, I mean, I don't want to put him in a tag team because it's almost that easy to do. But if you put him with Titus O'Neil, that really wouldn't be that bad, would it?
No, but I think he should go.
You got speed. And Kofi does have credentials. That's why I'm saying that. So he would need to be the voice of something, though.
I understand why they canceled out the heel turn for him.
Because he would be something different, fresh. He hasn't ever been a heel. Something different. They should just try and take a risk. It might work out. It might not.
They were going to have him run for the WWE title, but it never happened.
I mean, if he wants to go to the main event spot, I think he's going to have to just turn heel, really, because I don't see.
He's pinned Orton when he was the champion. Where's his match? Where's his title match?
He's never going to get it. We've forgotten about that. They want us to forget that, WWE. They think, oh,
They
my
don't
memory's so
forget,
bad.
Remember everything.
Yes. Fortunately, they think differently of me. But yeah, I mean, I agree with Jake the Snake Roberts. Chris said. I mean, as you said, he made an impact. Yes, I mean everybody knew who he was. But he wasn't. He never became WWE champion. That he should. He should have been. I mean, I don't know why at the time. Why he wasn't. He wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't my era of time. But he should have. Yeah, I mean, definitely he was a good wrestler. Could definitely cut a promo. I mean,
Oh, I mean, you put a man on the mic like that, you're going to get
Yeah.
gold. He always,
it reminds me of Bray Wyatt. When Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt takes from Jake. But yeah.
Jake Roberts is really, when it comes to the business, he is psychology 101. He is the guy you look to when it comes to stuff like that.
I mean, even his Hall of Fame speech was epic. I mean,
God, yeah.
when he described the ring as that woman, I loved it. I thought that was legit. But I'm sorry, I digest.
Yeah, I was gonna. There was two guys come to my mind as well, and I would have chosen as well. I would have chosen Scott Hall and British Bulldog under New United. I think they could have been as well.
I think
WWE
Sheldon
champion.
Benjamin.
Could have been WWE champion. But let's move on to Paul should have had.
Sleep over here.
Come on, Paul.
The benefit of going last is usually a negative thing, considering you guys mentioned the majority of my picks. I haven't changed them though. I'm still gonna say my four guys that I was gonna say originally. As far as the past is concerned, I would put as the most underrated performer would be Owen Hart. He wasn't afforded as many opportunities as he should have been. So as far as underrated goes, I'm gonna say Owen Hart. As far as underutilized goes, the first name that pops into my mind, and one of my personal favorites of all time, and definitely a pioneer for technical wrestling, is Dynamite Kid. He wasn't used up to his potential, and he was, talk about the Daniel Bryans and the Chris Benoits and the technical wrestlers of today. Well, a lot of that stuff came from Dynamite Kid, and he doesn't get the recognition he deserves, and he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer many, many years ago. But for the past, underrated Owen Hart, underutilized Dynamite Kid. As far as the present goes, right now at this point in time, underrated, I'd have to say Tyson Kidd. Underutilized would be Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, that's good.
That's fair.
And by the way, you were saying Dynamite Kid. Look up those matches he had with Bret Hart at the Stampede Wrestling. Some very classic matches. It was ahead of its time. There were some very good matches between those two.
He's an innovator, a true innovator in the business.
Yeah, in WWE, I think it was almost the tail end of his career, but man, so much you could see with him. He really was one of the best technicians out there. I put him and Double A as one of the best two tag team wrestlers out there.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know why he hasn't been.
WWE logic, they don't want to wheel a guy out in a wheelchair.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Well, I mean,
it's all for the
because he's in a wheelchair.
Value. It's all for that value.
Yeah.
That's just how they are.
But Lex Luger's in a wheelchair, isn't he?
I don't think it's a wheelchair. I think other issues they have or something.
Nah, Dynamite's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and Lex Luger's not in the Hall of Fame, and I don't know. He's one of those also. I could say, and please understand, he's from Georgia. He's Georgia. And he's done a lot of good work now. But I don't look at him as a Hall of Famer.
I'm going to agree with you. Real quick, I'm going to agree. I believe he was overrated. I do. But he was a very hard worker.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take anything away from him.
He was a U.S. champion, too.
Yeah, exactly.
He was. You had overrated guys. Obviously, Hogan was, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
You got a point. I'm just
Hogan still holds the attendance record, so he sold out 93,000 seats.
Let me put it this way: Hogan is everything you just said. Yeah, you got to give him his props and everything. But when it comes to managing a company, you do not put that business on his hands. He will take it to a nosedive. Sorry, but it is true. He will.
Talk about Black Hawk down. But Hogan
exactly. Yeah.
What happened to TNA?
If you see Hulk Hogan entering your promotion, looking at stuff, and talking to your boss, you look and say, "Here's my papers. I'm leaving."
Jeff Jarrett don't take Hogan. That's what
Oh,
I'm
he
saying.
won't. Oh no, there ain't no way. I would be stunned if
I'll be
Jarrett lets him.
stunned if it. Yeah.
I said it before.
If
I'll
he
say
even
it
lets him
again.
in the building, puts
Jarrett
a
has a
toe
great
in the
mind for the
door.
business.
Oh,
That's what I mean. He's an intelligent guy. He wouldn't do it.
Hogan ain't going nowhere. He's with WWE for at least 5 years.
A lot of people are skeptical of if Jarrett's going to deliver, if they're going to perform well, if this is all going to work out. How are they going to execute it?
Is
You
that,
know, don't count him out. Don't count him out. Don't count your chickens before you hatch. He's got a great mind for the business, and Global Force Wrestling is. I have a feeling it's going to be a big surprise, and people are going to shit their pants when they see it. I can feel it.
That's actually one of my questions in my group there, Paul, if you don't mind. Or someone actually messaged me saying that, they were hearing us talk about this, asking, what are our views about global wrestling? We haven't really shared much about it. So what are your guys' views? What do you kind of expect from them?
Overall, if TNA is around when they debut in January, it is the third mainstream product. It will be aired nationally throughout the United States of America. So I'm all for it. Jarrett has a great mind for the business. I'm sure he's going to deliver, just like he did in the first couple of years at TNA. They really did well for themselves. You can't say much about them now and how they've been performing, but Jarrett does have a great mind for the business. And not only does this give the fans an alternative wrestling product, it also gives wrestlers jobs. It gives production staff jobs, commentators, referees. And that's the best part about it, in my opinion, because that's something the wrestling business has been lacking. Like ever since you go back to territories, wrestlers had jobs everywhere they went. As far as mainstream goes, you're a nobody unless you're in WWE or TNA. As far as a casual fan goes, so I'm really optimistic about it, and for the reason of it offers so many jobs to so many people, and it gives us an alternative wrestling production.
Mm. You're right. I mean, Global Force Wrestling, I think, is going to be, if TNO, as you said, is still around, will be a promotion to watch as a wrestling company. I mean, I'm all for if it's more wrestling companies come. I'm all for it. I think it just gets boring if you just have just WWE as the biggest company and TNA and just it. But that's the Global Force Wrestling, I think, is promising. Jeff Jarrett is an intelligent guy. He will know what to bring, what talents guys he will get, and just the crew in general. I think as well. I mean, he would bring in. He would be on cable TV. You can watch it. Worldwide. People can watch it. Maybe if it's in the UK, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I think it's promising. If you're gonna get, even if they get people like some guys, from TNA used to be, but I wouldn't say bring all of them, no, because that's just going to be like second version of TNA. But if you bring one or two guys who've done it, experienced guys, and then bring some, of course, indie guys, young guys, fresh. Ring of Honor would be the guys I'll look at, but and even Japan. But I'm looking forward to seeing it really, and see what it brings. I mean, as you said as well, people are going to get jobs from it as well. Especially if TNA losing their crew and guys, well, they can maybe jump into Global Force Wrestling and take over there. Cameraman, whatever, ringside bell, whatever. Yeah, I wonder who's going to be commentating there. That'll be interesting. Maybe JR or maybe they'll hire JR.
Well, I think I saw Dom.
I hope they invest in Joey Styles.
Oh, that would be a
if
good
they've been JR, that'd
idea.
be pretty cool.
Well, I have
You already know how much controversy there'd be. Oh my god. People would be talking hella shit.
How about
It's not like they don't have the money, because they got to put a lot of money into it. Obviously, Toby Keith.
I don't think he will, because he's going to commentate for Fox Sports or whatever they said.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he wants a new challenge and maybe try something else. But he does his own thing. That's my
guys
opinion.
that
Yes.
yeah.
Billy.
Yeah, I actually would
You
love
wanna go
to see,
next?
yeah, the crew I would like to see, guys, is if you put Joey Styles and you put Matt Striker together.
Mark Striker's a free agent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
he
be.
would be. Joe Styles couldn't be because in WWE, isn't it?
Yeah,
The
yeah, I know
website.
that would be impossible. But I'm just saying, the guy
Yeah.
that I think would be a real good sell would be Striker, and then you get someone that
Yeah.
can flow with it there too.
Don West.
Yeah, Don West is pretty damn good. I thought he was really
he's
good
not
at
really doing
TNA.
anything, really.
I think Don West, him and maybe
I
Striker.
think he's the most underrated commentator.
Don West wasn't bad in it. It's just Mike
yeah,
Tenay
Mike
is
Tenay.
horrible. I can't
Mike
stand
Tenay.
Mike
They
Tenay.
made him look like
It sucks.
good.
I don't know how he still has that job. I mean, he's been WCW since like ages.
Yeah, like him in WCW, I did not like him. I thought he was boring.
Why even WWE didn't sign him? It's just no.
They knew
I
better.
like the Tony guy. I like him better.
Pretty much. Yeah,
It's like,
that
look,
would be
we got
pretty-
JBL. That's enough.
Yeah.
Or Jerry Lowell, but Jerry.
Yeah.
Can't get any worse.
Without
Yeah,
an
and I
asset
don't
to the
think
wrestling community. Global Force.
Oh, I think Global
Who's
Force
that?
is going to be good. I think it's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
a good spot for people.
Yeah, it's gonna,
I think people will be tuning into it. Yeah.
it's gonna be a third wrestling company. Get some people watch some match. They put it on.
I mean, there was teasing. I don't know if you've seen the video. They say I think Mick Foley was saying, "Oh, Kevin Steen and Carl Cabana could."
You can even
join.
throw Foley on fucking commentary, and for a guy his age, I'm sure he would be interested.
That's a good shout. I mean, I would probably have. I mean, Foley doesn't work for the WWE. He doesn't have a contract. I mean,
Yeah, no, he
easy.
doesn't.
Denied.
I
He
mean,
denied the Legends contract. Actually,
Yeah.
turned him down.
Yeah, well, because he didn't like how they were going, the direction.
But Foley had, I don't know how long Foley had to sit there because he has problems with his back and his legs. Like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thing.
Anything
I'm
else
trying-
you want to say about it?
no, we would
I think that's it, really.
Yeah.
We went a little
I'm getting
overboard.
tired.
I apologize.
It's fine. I mean,
Cool.
here's another two questions, but I'm gonna save them for next time. next time. I can't, really answer a lot of questions. So, if you wanna plug in quickly before we close the show, really.
Go ahead, Bill.
Alright, if you like me on Facebook and Underscore News, and if you like me on Twitter at BigQuality60, I just hit 300 followers.
Hey, you got a follower for my show. Yeah, so we've got to see double. That's your show.
Yeah, at Wrestle Talk, we do open wrestling talk on Mondays after Raw. Do them also on and Thursday nights. We're going to be starting doing an indie spotlight show where we're going to try to get a hold of some wrestlers, get some promoters around, and being able to kind of plug there in the local areas nearby, and also just kind of getting the word out there. Please also follow me at Wrestle Talk, 2_ between the wrestle and the talk, at C Georgia Rican. I'd love to get your information and follow me on YouTube, C Double, Chris Champion. And guys, I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of the show.
As I said before, you're always welcome to come on a show, so it's always a privilege to have you on the show, man. So you always can plug your show. I don't mind.
No problem. And same goes for you guys.
Thanks. Well, Paul and Billy goes on your show mostly. But, let's move to Paul. You want to have your plug?
Of course, be sure to subscribe to PWF is War on YouTube, and better yet, add me on Facebook at Paul Gazer, or follow me on Twitter at _Arabian Wolf. And for you grammar Nazis out there, use your capital letters, because if you don't, you're not going to find it. So be sure to do that.
Better. Or he's going to wolf you out. Pretty much.
We need followers. If you don't follow us, we're coming after your ass.
I'm just gonna annoy you. I'm gonna say every minute if you don't follow us. I don't care.
I don't know, I get followed easy.
But
We're gonna plug the PWF is War YouTube channel like Michael Cole plugs the WWE app, so you better
Yeah,
subscribe.
you know
You
that.
better.
That's fine.
you better. So yeah, so you already said follow us on Twitter at PWF is Raw. You already said that. Of course you can like us on Facebook at Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, and even you can join our new group, which is Broadcast Wrestling Fallout, which we have about 229 members. Keep up. We only had it, I think, a week ago or something like that. So.
We started like 5 days ago, so.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about WWE, Indies, TNA, whatever, you can discuss in that group. We do post our videos. If you haven't seen them, you should. So pretty much it. So you can also, of course, subscribe. So subscribe. That's the important thing. We had some new subs recently. We have now 105, I think, or 4. So
Really? We hit 100?
yeah, we hit 100.
I didn't know
two
that. That's
days
fucking
ago.
awesome, man.
Thanks,
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Yeah. So keep telling your friends and fans to check us out because that's an important thing. So thank you, and we'll answer your questions. So if you have any the next week's show, we'll answer them. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. So yeah. Later.
Later.
Yeah.